Hello, friends. Welcome to our channel, new NBA USA friends. Holy Christmas came early. For a lot of you guys out there, we have a breaking trade between the Rangers and the Nationals. Nathaniel Lowe, he's officially gone. He's no longer with the Rangers. Walker Buehler, he's on a brand new team. Jock Pederson, same thing. He's on a brand new team. What happened yesterday? We're going to go ahead and recap all of that right now. I'm going to keep the intro really short. The only favorite ask from you guys, a little Christmas miracle, just subscribe. That's all I ask. Thank you. The first story I want to get out the way real quick, because a lot of you haven't even heard the name Wil Myers in quite some time, but Wil Myers is officially hanging up the cleats, the 2013 AL Rookie of the Year with the Rays, where he hit 293 with 13 home runs, and at one point he was the most expensive contract in San Diego Padres history. He finished his career with 21 doubles, 156 home runs, 107 stolen bases. Hey, Will's solid career, man. And this is a perfect segue, because this literally just happened as I was recording from a former Ray and Wil Myers to a new Ray, Eloy Jimenez. He is their brand new DH, and he had a monster year back in 2019 as a rookie. He had 31 home runs, and that's really been his shining moment. Now, he did pop off in the shortened season in 2020 with the 140 OPS plus, but ever since that point, he has been one of the unluckier players in all of baseball when it comes to staying healthy. I mean, even last year he only played 98 games, he had 6 home runs, and an 80 OPS plus when he did play in those 98. So just a season from hell, the exit velocities were still there, and the bat speed is still there as well. So maybe it's not a terrible idea for the Rays to snatch him up, because you have to remember the Rays will not be playing in Tropicana. They're going to be playing at the Yankees minor league field, Steinbrenner Field, which has the exact same dimensions as Yankee Stadium. It's 318 feet to left field and 314 feet to right field, so it could be a bandbox for Eloy Jimenez, and that could be a lot of fun to watch. We'll talk about the Rangers trade after this quick little signing, Shaman. I feel like we all kind of knew that this was going to happen. He's going back to Queens. He rejoins for 3 years, $75 million, but this time there is some deferred money. I don't know the exact dollar amount right now, but like the Dodgers, the Mets are finally using some deferred money. Shamana, he's a Met. We all know that Sean pretty much reinvented himself. Midway through 2024, he was awful. From 2020 to 2023, I shouldn't say awful. He was still somewhat productive. A 4.4 ERR and a 9 hits per 9 isn't great, but at least he was eating innings. Then he joins the Mets and he puts up a 3.4 E and an insane 6 hits per 9 inning. And the moment that changed everything for Sham Mana was after he watched Chris Sale on July 25th put his offense in a blender sale. He went off for 9 strikeouts and 2 hits. The very next start, Shamana copied Chris Sale's arm angle, and he put up a season high of 11 strikeouts. He was nasty the rest of the season, and he parlayed that success into 3 dominant starts to begin the postseason before he kind of ran out of gas in his final game, first the future champs, the Dodgers. So no shame in losing to the Dodgers, especially when they were clicking. And here we go. The trade between the Nationals and the Rangers. Let's talk about what the Rangers got before the Nationals, because the Nationals got the bigger, more well-known player. The Rangers are getting a reliever by the name of Robert Garcia in exchange for Nathaniel Lowe. Yes, the Rangers' first baseman, but let me break down Robert Garcia, because a lot of people are saying this is a flea job, that this isn't even a fair trade. But when you pop the hood and take a look at what Robert Garcia has to offer, wow. He has a sea of red on base. Falant. Look at these bubbles. Now, granted, Robert Garcia's 4.4 ER in 2024 was not great, but in my opinion, that was in large part because the Washington defense wasn't that great. And bad luck kind of crushed his era. His stuff would suggest that he's actually insane. He had 75 strikeouts and 59 innings. He's elite at getting guys to chase a pitches outside the zone, and on top of that, he almost doesn't walk. His changeup is one of the better change UPS in baseball. He had a near 40% whiff rate on that. So if he can tighten up that fastball a little bit better, he's going to be absolutely insane. Now, this is a great pickup in my opinion because, one, I think that Nathaniel Lowe is slowly regressing as he gets older, and also, the Rangers are in danger of losing a David Robertson and a Kirby Yates. They could leave in free agency. That is who the Rangers got in return for their all-star and go-love first baseman, Nathaniel Lowe, if you guys don't remember. Back in 2022, Nathaniel O popped off with the power. He had 27 home runs, but his biggest bugaboo was the fact that he had bricks for hands. He turned around his career defensively. After that season in 2022, he put up a NE9 DRS and a -1 outs above average. He then turned that into a 4 DRS and 11 outs above average. Since then, he even won a Gold Glove the year after being maybe the worst defender in baseball. Now with that defensive prowess came a dip and pop for whatever reason. Again, he had 27 home runs and awful defense in 2022, kind of a prototypical first baseman all of a sudden. Now he's a slick defender with decent pop. At best, he had 17 home runs in 2023-16 this past season. But the scary part about Nathaniel Lowe is the doubles also dipped as well. He had 38 doubles in 2023, so at least he could hang his head on that he had like 16 doubles with 16 home runs in 2024, and then you have to factor in that his XGs of loss. These have regressed a little bit as well. To me, it's the perfect time to move him. Considering that, and he's going to be a free agent before 2027. But I do like this move on paper for the Nationals because Nathaniel Lowe is a World Series champion. He is a veteran, and he's going to really help out with the young studs. Like C.J. Abrams, we all know what happened with him when he was out betting and playing poker or something like that early in the AM, and he missed the rest of 2024. Because of it, James Wood could be a perennial MVP guy in the near future. Dylan Cruz and Robert Hassel, they're young studs with really high ceilings. Even the pitching staff is young as well. Mackenzie Gore, Josiah Gray. If he comes back healthy, DJ Hurd's Mitchell Parker. I'm probably forgetting a few names. Kate Cavalli, if he comes back. Nathaniel Lowe is a veteran presence. And honestly, I like this trade for of both teams, and you have to remember that the Rangers already acquired Jake Burger from the Marlins. Jake Burger's second half was better than Nathaniel Lowe's entire season. Like that happened, by the way. Small tangent and side note. I think that this move means that Pete Alonso is surely a Met, because all of the coveted first basemen are pretty much off the board, not named Vladimir Guo Jr. He might be signing an extension. If not, he's going to go to free agency after this next season and get $400 million to me. This Nathaniel Lowe trade actually hurts Pete Alonso. It's pretty clear that he's overvaluing himself, or maybe now that he's the last man standing the laws of supply and demand. Maybe they're going to shift in his favor. He's the last guy left, you might have to overpay. Or because he's the last guy left, maybe he's overvalue himself. What do you make of Pete Alonso's situation? Now we gotta put the Rangers hat back on. Because not only did they trade for Robert Garcia after trading for Jake Burger a few weeks ago, they also just signed Jock Pederson. He is heading to the Rangers on a 2-year deal worth about $37 million. Joe just put up a monster season of 2 home runs and a 151 ops plus, and this was 2 years after he had a 146 ops plus. And to be honest with you guys, his 2024 stats would have looked even better if he was a 100% platoon bet. They tried him versus lefties a few times. He hit 219. He had an insane 22 home runs with the 925 ops versus righties. The lineup looks lethal. If I just do it off the top of my head, we have Marcus Semien, Corey Seager, Wyatt Langford, Pederson at the 4, Adolis Garcia. Then you have an Evan Carter. You have Josh Young. You have who am I forgetting? Jayheim, Jake Burger. And I haven't even mentioned guys like Kyle Higashioka, who is going to be a fantastic platoon bat, potentially with a Jonah Heim Ezekiel. Duran, Josh Smith. I think Josh Smith won a Silver Slugger as the utility guy. Jacob Degg is going to be back. Maybe they bring back Max Scherzer. They've already brought back Nathan Eovaldi. John Gray could bounce back as well. I like what the Rangers are doing. They just need some bullpen depth now, and they just picked up Robert Garcia. So they know that it's a priority. The Rangers are not done yet. Coming up, we have back-to-back one-year deals. The Boston Red Sox have picked up Walker Buehler. I cannot believe I'm saying that out loud. Because the Dodgers did not extend him a qualifying offer of $21.5 million. But the Boston Red Sox literally gave that exact same amount. So the Dodgers, they kind of just said, hey, Walker, thank you very much for everything. We're not going to extend you. The qualifying offer be free. Because the way that it plays out is because Lay did extend him a qualifying offer and he left to a different team. They're no longer going to be getting a free compensation pick. Now the Boston Red Sox did extend a qualifying offer to Nick Pivetta. Pivetta rejected it, so in one swoop, the Dodgers lose Bear for nothing. And it was kind of a thank you, give thanks for everything. We don't